My manager sent out a company-wide email titled New Professional Boundaries Policy, and I knew exactly who it was really meant for. The email arrived Monday morning at 8:47 a.m. Subject line, Mandatory Professional Standards, effective immediately. My manager, Dennis, had written 3 pages about maintaining workplace professionalism. No personal calls during work hours, no food at desks, no visible tattoos or distracting jewelry. Dress code strictly business formal. No discussing personal matters with colleagues. The email ended with, these boundaries exist to maintain our corporate image. Violations will result in disciplinary action. I read it twice. My stomach dropped. Last week, I'd taken one personal call from my dentist confirming an appointment. Dennis had walked past my desk, stopped, and stared until I hung up. The new policy went into effect Tuesday. I followed every rule. Ate lunch in the break room, covered my wrist tattoo, wore a blazer in 78-degree heat. No personal conversations. But Dennis? Wednesday morning, 9:15 a.m. I walked past his office. He was on speakerphone with his contractor arguing about tile choices for his bathroom remodel. 45 minutes. I heard every word. Thursday, he brought Burger King to his desk. The smell filled the entire floor. Grease stains on his keyboard by noon. I tried to ignore it. Maybe the rules didn't apply to management. That's how corporate works, right? I told myself to let it go. Friday, he showed up in cargo shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. His memo specifically said, business formal attire required for all staff. I watched him walk around all day dressed like he was going to a luau while I sweated through my blazer. Monday morning, Dennis called me into his office. Your productivity has been down. My hands went cold. I've met all my deadlines. It's not about deadlines. It's about dedication, commitment. He leaned back. I need team members who go above and beyond. I stared at him. I'd been there until 7 p.m. every night last week. I'm putting you on a performance improvement plan. 90 days. My vision blurred. A PIP was one step away from being fired. What specifically do I need to improve? Your attitude, your presence, the intangibles? I walked out shaking. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about his bathroom contractor call, his Burger King, his cargo shorts. Tuesday morning, something snapped. I opened a new document and started writing. Every rule violation, timestamps, specific details. Wednesday, 10:23 a.m. Dennis takes personal call with his wife about vacation plans. Discusses Hilton versus Marriott points for 38 minutes. Wednesday, 12:47 p.m. Dennis eats Chipotle burrito at desk. Spills guacamole on expense reports. Thursday, full day. Dennis wears Nike sneakers, jeans, and a polo shirt. Dress code violation. Friday, 2:15 p.m. Dennis spends 90 minutes on phone with his fantasy football league. Argues about player trades, uses speakerphone. I documented everything for 2 weeks. Times, dates, specific violations of his own policy. I even took photos of his cargo shorts, his sneakers, his desk covered in Taco Bell wrappers. Then I found the real gold. Dennis had been posting on LinkedIn during work hours. 32 posts in 1 week. All time-stamped between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Each one a violation of his no personal social media during work hours rule that he'd added in a follow-up memo. I compiled everything into a PDF, formatted it exactly like his original policy email, even used the same font, Arial size 11. The subject line, Professional Boundaries Policy, Violation Documentation. I sent it to HR at 4:47 p.m. on a Wednesday. Copied the CEO. Used Dennis's exact words from his policy email. These boundaries exist to maintain our corporate image. The attached documentation shows systematic violations by management of the stated professional standards. As outlined in the employee handbook, violations should result in disciplinary action. Thursday morning, Dennis was called into an emergency meeting with HR and the CEO. I watched him walk past my desk. His face was gray. He was in that meeting for 3 hours. Friday, Dennis announced he was pursuing other opportunities. His last day would be the following week. The new manager started Monday. First thing she did was send a company-wide email canceling Dennis's professional boundaries policy. Subject line, returning to reasonable workplace standards. She CC'd me specifically. I wore my tattoo visible that day. Ate a sandwich at my desk. Took a call from my dentist to reschedule. Nobody said a word.